Hey guys, what's up? This is Mr. Wii here, back with a brand new Mr. Wii Neo review episode here today. For this episode, I am going to review Toy Story for the Super Nintendo. Oh man, the original Toy Story in 1995? Hey, that was the same year I was born. Was one of the most successful Disney movies of all time. So it was only inevitable that we would get a Toy Story video game on the Super Nintendo. You had other good Disney games on the Super Nintendo like The Lion King and Aladdin, but Toy Story for the Super Nintendo was such a fun video game. This game is a 2D side-scroller, similar to games like Donkey Kong Country and Super Mario World. You control Woody and you collect stars, and you also have other memorable Toy Story characters, like Buzz and Slinky and Mr. Potato Head. And some of the levels really remind you of the movie, like Pizza Planet and those strange green alien-like creatures, and the Hot Wheels car. Man, controlling Woody and interacting with the toy environments in the levels was such a fun thing to experience in this video game. The original Toy Story for the Super Nintendo really has well-designed levels. The toy atmosphere in this game really sets it apart from other 2D side-scrolling games on the Super Nintendo. Toy Story for the Super Nintendo has such a lot of fun levels. Going through many of the levels that reminds you of the movie was really cool to see, and man, being in Sid's room towards the end of the game was really cool, and the side levels and mini games kinda reminds me a lot of Donkey Kong Country for the Super Nintendo. I never really played much of Toy Story 2 for Nintendo 64, but now I'll definitely check that game out since I've reviewed this game. Probably consider for a future review. But oh man, collecting the stars really gave you a good sense of motivation, and at the end of the level, you get a score of how well you did. Man, the original Toy Story on the Super Nintendo is such a fun video game. All in all, what are my final thoughts about Toy Story for the Super Nintendo? This is a really fun Super Nintendo game. The toy aesthetics in this video game was just really cool to see, and the levels really offered something different. You had levels where you were playing as Woody in the 2D side-scrolling levels, you had the Hot Wheels, and you were avoiding Sid's dog, and then you had the part where you were flying as Buzz and Woody. What I really like and admire about Toy Story for the Super Nintendo is that it really tries to come up with different ideas for its gameplay styles, and having a variety of different gameplay elements into one game really makes the game a lot less boring for that. There's so much that really makes this game unique, and all in all, I am going to give Toy Story for the Super Nintendo an 8 out of 10. This game is truly amazing, and seeing so many of the levels that really makes you feel like you're watching the Toy Story movie was really cool. You had Sid's levels in this game, Sid's room, the Pizza Planet, and you had Woody's room with Andy, honestly. Just seeing these levels reminds me of the movie so much, and that was a cool sight to see in this video game. Thanks for watching the latest edition of Mr. Wii Neo Guy, and I'll see you guys next time.
Here it comes! Here it comes! Here it comes! Watch out! Here it comes! Watch out!